Yo, people, Key TV, back again. Um, Aston Villa 1, Brighton nil, and what a dry, lackluster shambles of a game that was. Positives, we got the win. Anana had a great game. Konza looked solid. Martinez had a great game, but he shouldn't have a great game because he's a goalkeeper. But he made some great saves which kept us in the game, which unfortunately shouldn't really be the case. But we were that bad today. We hung on. We hung on and won it at the death. Who else played well today? Just having a look through. I guess Matson was all right today. Sancho, he was okay, but apart from that, we were awful today for 90 minutes. 90 minutes of just boring, non-creative. It just looked like it just wasn't going to be our day at all. And I feel like we struggle when it's in our favour, and it tends to happen a lot. So teams around us, they lose, they draw, they don't get the results they want, and then we are always the team after to play in these scenarios. I don't know how it works, but we're always the team after to play, and we always struggle. It's like the pressure is just mounts on us, and we just can't get it off us to get the goals, get the win, get the points. And it came down to a late own goal by Hinchelwood from a Tyrone Mings flick on the front post. Obviously, he's going to run off, celebrate, because he's got the winning goal. But it's not really if you can celebrate a win like that, then yeah, you need looking in the mirror. Because I guarantee Unai Emery does not take his team back into the changing rooms and celebrate after that. That was so poor. The whole game, the guy was stressed. The whole game, that guy was stressed. Like, constantly, the camera kept going to Unai Emery, and his face was just all the time just so angry at what he was watching. And we can't afford, I've said this so many times with Villa this season, we can't afford to be doing these kind of performances in this stage of the Premier League. Like, we're in a vital position. We're in third position. We've got, we're near Man City, who are in second. Arsenal might fail to win, which is closer to the title, but more importantly, we need to stay away from the likes of Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool while we can. If they're not winning and they're not picking up the points, then we need to be taking a look at ourselves and saying we've got to put in a strong performance. Yeah, we've got to go 90 minutes of full, like, just give everything you can. Yeah, our next game is Newcastle in the FA Cup. Yeah, so why are we not putting all our energy into this Premier League game? Everyone should have been lying down at the end of that game, just knackered. And then we have rotation in the FA Cup. But it's like most of the players there were looking forward to playing in the FA Cup rather than trying to get the win tonight. And we can't keep doing this. Like, we moan when we lose to the likes of Everton with 10 men, Brentford with 10 men, but it's okay to play like this and win. Why do we allow this? Why is our standard so low? Yeah. I'm getting the feeling that Pau Torres is injured, like to the point he's last resort on the bench, because this was a perfect game for Pau Torres because our midfield line was set too far back. They were collecting the ball too deep and leaving a big gap between the midfield line and the attacking line. So the wingers, Morgan Rogers in the centre, Wally Watkins, and it just forced us to not be able to get up the pitch progressively. Like the gap in between Morgan Rogers and Luis and Onana was just far too big. We needed a player like Pau Torres to be collecting the ball and threading it through to the midfield who were playing in between the lines. And then already we've got 4 players up the pitch with the wing backs overlapping. But we haven't got that in Tyrone Mings. When he's under pressure, his first thought is to get the ball to Ollie Watkins, and he knows that if he boots the ball up front and Watkins managed to get ahead on it, control it, any of those, it's just passing the blame on. It looks like a great ball from Tyrone Mings. And he kept doing it all the time. I think he did it 12 times today. I think it was at least 12 times he got that ball and he booted it up to Ollie Watkins and said, "There you go, mate, deal with it. There you go, mate, deal with it." Yeah? And he gets away with things like this. And Ollie gets all the blame because he's left to just try and do something with the ball that's just thrown up to him all the time, just thrown up to him. Like, it's quite annoying, really. Like, how often you don't see Ollie Watkins near the 18-yard box having a strike, getting himself onto a header, just doing attacking player things is embarrassing, man. Like, we want him to close players down, put his body on the line, do all this stuff, but we're not rewarding him with any sorts of chances. Like, what do you want a guy to do? What do you want him to do? We just throw them in the deep end. We even seen when we brought Tammy Abraham on, yeah, I don't even think Tammy Abraham had a touch of the ball. Because of the way we were playing, I don't even think Tammy Abraham touched the football. Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. The performance was just not good today. We got Douglas Luiz, who had quite a good game, but he was just making silly decisions, man. I seen him do one flick, like try and make a player do some fancy Brazilian flick between his legs and that, and then it set Brighton off in a counter attack for a chance. Like, it was just madness. It's just madness. Like, Buendia was poor today. Didn't really do anything. Didn't create anything. Didn't look like he was a creative player. It looked like we were more of a defensive team. It was a weird game, man. It was so weird. It's like we set up for counter-attacks. It was a very, very weird game. Morgan Rogers just couldn't get the ball out of his feet to open his legs and stride down the pitch like he usually does. Bogard at right back, you could tell he was filling in. Got left out of position sometimes, but made some good recovery tackles. He's like I say, he's comfortable on the ball, so he's a good option as a right back, but he doesn't possess right wing back abilities to get forward and be another option for the winger, overlap. Like, you're not going to get that out of Bergard. You're just going to get a solid 7 out of 10 performance where he's safe with the ball. He's going to try and listen to what Konza tells him to when staying in position and stuff. Like, you can tell you don't play that position when you're not willing to leave that position. That's how I see it. You can tell when a player doesn't play a certain position when he sticks to playing that position. So, for example, if you're a right back and you know that you can get up and down this pitch and get back into position, you will go. But when you're not comfortable in a position, you feel like you have to stay back and defend and keep everything safe at the back because you don't want to get caught out of position and you don't want to be in the blame. And like, you're just very, very cautious with what you do. When you're a midfielder and you haven't really played midfield, you tend to stay in position and just play the safe ball and pass it back a lot, and like, you don't turn on the ball and head forward. You know what I mean? When you play striker, you think the way to play striker is play on the shoulder of the player and wait for the ball to be kicked over the top. Like, this isn't how you play these positions, and you can tell when you watch people how comfortable they are in positions. And Bogard was not comfortable playing right back today. He just wasn't. You could tell he's not a right back, but he's filling in and he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. And that's all we ask of him. That's all you ask of a player when you put him in to fill in. Just do a job. So I appreciate his efforts. I appreciate him playing right back. But we could do with a proper right back. I feel like Emery made the subs way too late. Way too late. I don't know what he expected Tammy Abraham and Alisson to do with how long, let's say about 20 minutes, maybe less. Like, you've got to get into the game. You got, like, in such a game which is so boring, we haven't got the sorts of attacking threat going forward. You haven't played in the Premier League for a very long time, or maybe never. You have to feel out the game. You need time to feel out the game. And I don't think Emery gives his men that long to feel out a game, to be able to get involved in it. It's easy for the likes of Ross Barkley because he's played in the Premier League all his career. He knows the tempo. He knows what he has to do. But we're bringing on a lot of players who haven't really done this before, and it's showing. The goal. A corner comes in. Mings gets his head on it at the front post. It hits Hinchelwood and it goes in. Like I said, we get away with it, but these are the things you have to do. Just get your head on the ball and see what happens, really. Just like a bit of a hit and hope. We take the goal. We take it. We take these wins. We take them. But it's the performances you can't hang on to. Yeah. If we win, it's supposed to be building of momentum. So the next game, I'm expecting us to want to do better than the game previously. Yeah. We better see that at Newcastle, because Newcastle are not a team that have low standards. Whether they're winning or losing is going to be a war. And if we play that sort of game against Newcastle, we will get absolutely spanked. We will get spanked because, like I said, it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. I don't really know what else to say, really. Leon Bailey came on, was trash. Lindelof came on in a centre midfielder role. Don't know why. Yeah, like it's not good, but it's good. You know what I mean? It's not good, but it's good. Aston Villa 1, Brighton 0 on Key. Remember to like, subscribe on the YouTube channel, Key__TV1. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you on Saturday for the Newcastle game, okay? Oh, peace.